What's up, Capricorn? This is your weekly astrological tarot predictions of what's going to come up for you in the week of October 5th through the 11th. So let's jump on in. Again, if you have Capricorn in your sun, your moon, or your rising, I do elemental reads, and I do all the other signs too. So you can understand how it's going to affect you in every aspect of your life each week. But I'm already getting some energy from you, Capricorn, but let's see how it goes with the cards. So number one, at the beginning of the week, this is around the Monday time, around October 5th, you're going to feel this like spark of inspiration. Something's going to come up, like something that is good for you. Probably really good in your routines. Something that really like brings something up for you. I do feel like this is going to be a busy week for you, and I don't know what it is yet, but let's actually look at the next card. So this is one of the common themes of the week, not feeling like you are enough. But let's look at it a little bit further, what's going on. Okay, so you have some big themes going on. You're living in between almost like two worlds, but what I mean by this is that when people see you, they don't see the insecure part of you. They see the authority. They see someone who is like badass. They see someone who is like inspirational, who has inspiration. They see somebody who like, goes after what it is they want and what brings them interest and is not afraid to put the work in. But deep down inside, you're battling this feeling of not feeling enough. Like, I think sometimes you think that life is harder for you, or that you have to work 10 times harder for the things that you want. And that's not necessarily a case. The King of Cups is letting us know that, no, that's not true. It's not that you have to work 10 times harder. It's that you're so used to and you are a master of this earth element that you could be making it a lot easier on yourself, but yet I think sometimes you give yourself maybe a little bit more validation and more credibility because you do struggle with some things. So this week, especially towards Thursday, it's indicating that you should start to be a little bit more intuitive. This is a really intuitive week too. So like, you're going to feel the more that you try to earth it, the more that you try to put a routine and, put things in order, the universe is just going to mess it up. Why? Because it's more about closing your eyes. You see, everybody's closing their eyes. They're closing their eyes because of a sense of pain and frustration. But the inspiration and the mastery of feelings really, really comes from going internal. So this is an opportunity for you to go internal. And the beautiful thing about you, Capricorn, is when you master some of these intuitive things, oh my gosh, can't nobody stop you. Like, you are, because a lot of times people are good with internal things, but then they don't know how to take an action. So they're all in their head and they don't know how to put an action in place. They don't know how to be consistent. They don't know how to navigate when things, get a little difficult. You already know how to do that, but this week you got to reflect, especially on Tuesday, for these things that are causing you to make you feel like, oh, I have to work 10 times harder than others. And then by the weekend, you have the Page of Pentacles. So you have this new journey that you're going to be going on. So I think the week of October 5th is preparing you for this new journey that you want to go on. And it's because you're going to start looking at things differently than how they were before. And once you get to the other side of that mastery of feelings and being more intuitive, you're actually going to want to approach your journey a little bit different. So in the beginning of the week, the Knight of Swords, you are not to be played with, Capricorn, okay? And you make that quite known, like even the things like, you don't necessarily feel like, woe is me. You feel like if something is irritating me, I'm about to just, you like to use that energy of frustration as motivation, as proof. Like, look, I got to work 10 times harder, but guess what's going to come out of it? 10 times more. Or, you are trying to harness that energy, which works actually really, really well in earthy seasons. But with a lot of this air and water happening, it's just going to lead to frustration because this week is trying to give you a break. It's like, Capricorn, clock out. You clock out, get off your horse. You don't, you see their bike is like running away from them, like you don't have to like do more than you need to do this week. Like, take a break. King of Swords. Yup. King of Swords. So be strategic about what you're doing. That's the message for you, Capricorn. Be strategic about what you are doing. It's less about, you're not going to have a mental breakdown. It's more about like the universe is trying to tell you how to make life easier for yourself. And though you're good with challenges, you know, that's not good for your heart. It's not good for your mind. You can't be in a perpetual state of challenge. Like, make it easy. And sometimes you kind of invite this challenge because I think it makes you feel tough. Yep. And then the eight of pentacles. I believe that you, it might be Taurus, on Thursday are going to be experiencing this as a collective. That eight of pentacles is about, you know, like protecting what is important to you. And the reason why you are so kind of like aggressive about what it is you want or how you approach things, or like, you know, like your frustration, it's really kind of a sign of passion. You're just trying to protect what you feel like is important to you. And then towards the end of the week, that weekend, you know, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when you learn the lessons of the week, you're actually going to start to feel like you can have a good time. So the earth signs are having a great time this week towards the end of the week, but it's more of like, y'all like cause and effect, okay? You also like to make the law yourself. So here's a time to be strategic, but cause and effect. If you do what you need to do this week, you get to enjoy not only this new journey, but you get to actually enjoy some fun and some playtime that happens, you know, towards the end of the week. Yep, Four of Wands, Knight of Wands too. Yep, your weekend is about to be fun, okay? Your weekend is about to be fun. And remember, you are the father sign. You are the sign of the boss, the sign of authority. You are the master organizer for everything. So I don't necessarily see you breaking down. I just feel like you put a lot of pressure on yourself when you're doing the things that, you know, you're being asked to do, whether in work or in your home life or things like that. And I think it's all that, even though you can still bear it mentally, all of that mental stuff is going to lead to a deterioration in your mental capacity and your emotional capacity. Yep, Seven of Swords. Everything that's coming up for you, Capricorn, has everything to do with being swift. Like being like you're able to navigate things. Like you're just really good at it. Like in a way that I think that maybe Pisces would be more helpful for how they navigate things. In the Star card, so at the beginning of the week, you're going to feel this inspiration, and you're going to get a vision, probably Monday or Tuesday. You're going to get a vision of how you see yourself, you know, going. And the week offers you a challenge. That week of October 5th through the 11th offers you the challenge to look at how you make things harder on yourself and to go internally, to not only mastermind, but to trust that you can get to the other side. And guess what? You're so awesome. You're going to be rewarded at the end of the week with some like really fun times, like fun time with people, with other people, fun times that are just for you in this new journey that's going to emerge in your life. But you really have to do, and it's funny because really when you balance whatever this like mental strife that you have going on out, people are going to be, they're going to enjoy being around you a lot more. You know, as you can see, your journey over here is by yourself, but you're going to cool out a little bit to the point where people are going to enjoy being around you. And you may not be aware of this, but sometimes you can be so hard that it pushes people away. And you need people. You really do. You need people. We all need community. So take this moment to work on yourself, make things easier, flow with life, do what you do best, which is you can organize things very well and you could be consistent, but be open to this new path. And it's like, it's a new path in which you're going to approach things in a healthier way, because right now you're still good. You could literally be doing the same stuff you've always been doing, but eventually it's going to take its toll, mentally and emotionally. And if you really want to live, like you're much more intuitive than, you know, other like Capricorns you may meet. The fact that you even care about a tarot read lets you know that you're a little bit more open-minded, or probably a lot more open-minded. This lets you know that not only do you want to ascend to your highest material and physicality, but you want your soul to be anchored, not just in the physical, but in the energetic. You want to combine these two. So That's what you got going on for the week of October 5th through the 11th. Capricorn, you're going to do the damn thing. Again, your sun, your moon, and your rising. So I do elemental reads for all the elements of what they're going through in the week, as well as each individual sign. So make sure you know your sun, your moon, and your rising, and you can watch those readings and get a full picture of what's going to happen in each aspect of your life. Okay, see you next time.